أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي Rabbi Zidni Ilman. So, Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and welcome back to our Ramadan series where we take one verse of the Quran and reflect on that. And we have been discussing verses which will help us in discussing and debating with those who we disagree with. Today's discussion is about verse 219 from Surah Baqarah, which is chapter 2 of the Quran. And when we're in the midst of a conflict or dispute, we obviously tend to focus only on our side of the argument, ignoring or rejecting what merit or truth may be found on the other side. It's if you look around when two people are discussing or arguing, it's very entertaining to see that both are focused on just saying their point of view and wishing that the other person would accept their point of view without really doing the same for the other. Just notice and watch even your own interactions. This is what generally tends to happen. And of course, when we do this, the other side gets more focused on proving us wrong and highlighting their arguments and getting more stuck in their view. So, discussions and arguments like this seldom, if ever, result in a deeper understanding. And they almost never result in any one side giving in to the other. So the Quran is teaching us another way. So in this verse 219 from Surah Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, and they ask you about wine and gambling. Say, there is great sin in both of them and some benefits for the people, but their sinfulness outweighs their benefit. Such an interesting verse, and one from which we can learn so much, even for our personal lives. So, we all know that the Quran is quite unequivocal in its discouragement of using intoxicants and gambling. However, very, very interestingly, it acknowledges that there is some merit in them, that there is some attraction in them. And this is, again, part of being respectful to those you are agreeing with. When people on the other side of an argument, when they hold a belief, when they are doing certain things, we have to understand that to them, it makes sense from some way. There is some attraction in what they're doing. So, when someone is inclined towards intoxicants and or gambling, they're obviously doing this because they do find some relief, some attraction in them. If we are too focused on telling them all the reasons why this is evil and not allowed, their experience is what we do not understand, and that why they are doing what they're doing. Once we accept that their inclinations make sense, given the attraction, they feel validated and are so much more likely to hear opposing arguments out. So this is such a beautiful example of how we can acknowledge and validate another point of view, a view that we don't agree with while we present our arguments and reasoning. So when we do this, when we're able to acknowledge and validate another point of view, we do these four things. First of all, we convey that we are balanced and open-minded. Secondly, we convey empathy and understanding for their point of view. We get it. We know that there is a reason why people are engaging in what they're doing. Thirdly, we convey that we are brave and fair enough to look at all sides of an issue, even those that go against our point of view, and that we're not threatened by it. And fourth, of course, we look for common ground. So such a posture, of presenting a balanced view, looking at it from another perspective, accepting that the other side has some merit to it, that the reason why they think, believe, or act in the way they're doing makes sense, given what they know, how they think, what their life experiences are. When we adopt this posture, when we're in conflict, it does so much to dissolve resistance, and it greatly enhances the other's ability to listen to our point of view and to consider it. This verse I find to be particularly useful for parents who are attempting to discourage their children from using substances or engaging in risky behavior. Very often, what we see that parents are only presenting one side of the thing. It's haram, it's haram, it's haram, it's not allowed, astaghfirullah, right? Whereas the children who are engaging in such things have a very different experience. They find acceptance in social settings, they are relaxed, they get rid of their anxiety, they feel at ease, they gain in confidence. There is a reason why children are attracted to substances, for example. You know, if we were just to step back and acknowledge the positive aspects of substances and convey that we do understand the attraction, that is what will get our children to at least listen to our point of view. Because very often what it is, we're on completely opposite sides, right? They clearly see the benefit, they see the attraction, they enjoy what they're doing. And what we're saying is, this is not allowed, this is not allowed, you shouldn't be doing this. In order to meet in the middle, or at least to have some exchange of information, we need to help them understand that, yes, we see that this is very, very attractive to you. Same as social media, same as using the phone, same as spending time on video games. Very often when we're not able to communicate with our children, it's because we just are refusing to see things from their point of view. So again, to use this verse in our daily lives, it would be really a good idea to listen to the other, to ask the simple question, what is it that is attractive about you? What kind of websites do you visit? What does it give you? That TV program that you watch that I'm always nagging you to switch off, what about it is it that you like? That friend of yours that I don't approve of, what is attractive about them? When we understand and see things from their perspective, we build trust, we build understanding, and we can move the conversation forward, inshallah. So, inshallah, we will continue this series tomorrow. And thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.